we're repeating information. We're in a world that repeats information, but we don't offer information. Like, if that makes sense, we're in a world where solutions are not original. And at this point, like, the biggest thing to me is I think there's not enough open discussions about what actually we should be doing amongst the people, versus we're just waiting on the government to tell us what they think is best. Because, like, there are some things that I'm seeing that we are in the middle of, like, not a solution. There's so much confusion right now. And what's happening is the problem, because we're in the middle of we're in the middle of the literal not solution. What's happening is people are still going about their day. Everyone is like, life is continuing to go on, bills and things as such. Now, there are people that are working right now because it's mandatory that they be open for the public, like, grocery stores, small food chain restaurants, etc. But there are a lot of people that aren't working. So there are a lot of people that are awaiting unemployment as well, and these checks that the government is promising. But we're in a frenzy, and we also live in an economy where it's been consumer-based for a long time. It's been a place where people spend money very frequently and live check to check. And so the point that I'm getting to is it's urgent, and I feel like the quarantine is not exactly late, but because everything kind of went slow by slow, like hours started to get reduced, and the next thing you know, then you're not coming into work, you're getting called off, and then the business shut. That was like over a 2-week process itself. And then these people aren't getting a check. So literally, we're kind of, as far as people not getting paid, people are about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe a month behind, depending on what business establishment they're at and their spending habits. Now, what that means is there's not a lot of money out there. And I hope that, everyone that was in hysteria and everything and buying up a lot of stuff also understood that they need to be in a place where if they need some emergency money to access just in case the solution is prolonged, like it is being right now. And so in my head, when the brink of Americans reach their last dollar and they're quarantining people and forcing them to be in their homes, and you can't go out unless you can get groceries, but you don't have money for groceries. And we're not talking about homeless people, we're talking about normal Americans. That is when I think the rioting and the opposing and everything will happen, because people will want to loot, people will want to break into things because they're starving, because they don't have anything. And that's when it becomes this, the people are unattainable, the people are out of control. And it's not that the people are out of control, it's just no one's going to let you lock us in the house and die and starve. Like, that's just like that's not a animal response, that is not a human instinct. Now, a lot of people have filed unemployment and etc. But what I'm moving to is, they want to give us checks and that's all good. But right now, money's not circulating. It's not circulating enough to have the same impact and value and push on the economy that it does at any other time, when everything is thriving, when everything is going. Even the small man is making his ends meet. There needs to be some type of thought about the government either funding things so that the people can just get them for free. Definitely food, like water and stuff like that. Like, people just need to be able to access this stuff until the economy can start up again. But quarantining and saying we're going to send everybody $1,000 of checks and everything like that, like, I don't think trying to continue the whole money circulation thing, I mean, it could work, but it has to, I just don't see how the government is going to finance millions of people across the country over this amount of time. Like, in making sure they get every single person. And that if someone has experienced a delay on money or is being rejected online that they're applying, where are these offices and set up for people to talk about? It's just so much to fall through the cracks, and it's too crucial to, like, leave it at just, like, we're going to send people checks. Like, we have to know that
people even that don't have money or that are having harder time getting money, that were having money before, that were living as a civilized American in a civilization, we need to know that they're going to be taken care of. Because if they're not, it's just going to be impossible to keep the peace. And if people start rioting, then the trust factor will go down even more, as it already has with them quarantining us and ordering a stay-at-home order because the trust factor has been broken. We can't trust mankind to stay inside. The longer the more and more this goes, they rationalize why they're taking away more freedoms, and it's going to be looked at as if it's an abuse of trust. But I just don't want this to get out of hand, is why I'm really rambling about this. I just think the people need to start talking. Stop sharing the articles, reading information that is just heightening this hysteria more, because now the only thing that needs to be discussed is what is next. What is the human society in America going to do to push this forward, to get the economy back going, or operate in a way where the economy can be successful. Like the rent situation, I think that these bigger companies, these people that own big buildings, instead of like, while we're still like maybe supplying checks for Americans, the bigger thing would be paying these corporations where they're not experiencing a loss at a bigger loss, where it's like, hey, we're giving this to you to let these people live here for free. And so the relief, just like, yeah, like that would be a good solution. Like, hear me out. The government pays the grocery stores. The government pays, maybe even the banks. The government pays, the government pays I'm sorry guys, I'm losing my thought here. The government pays the banks, the government pays the grocery store, the government pays these landlords, you know, the government pays these, what other places do we need open? Really just that, like, and the gyms can put like a limit on how many people are, I don't know, that's thinking far out. But as far as right now, while everything has to be at pause, like, let's just talk about on pause. While everything's on pause, the government needs to pay the people that need to be paid. And then, like I said, grocery store people, pick a limit. You know what I mean? Have proof that you have this many kids or whatever, and that you need this amount for whatever. And, like, everyone get their share of what an average family, and that's easy to fucking find out. You have nutrition, you have scientists, you have people that can tell you what the average human should be eating a day. So not what you normally eat a day, but average. You know? So that people things aren't getting rampant. Because it can't just be off of what everyone individually has money-wise. Because I think that we really need to focus on funding the survival amenities, which is a place to live, a place to go get food. Maybe, like I said, the banks, just in case someone needs a loan for something. This is where I'm at, though, because we cannot let a mass amount of Americans get to their last dollar and still be stuck in quarantine. Because come on, y'all. Stuck in quarantine on your last dollar. Do the math. That don't work. It doesn't work. So these are my thoughts, guys. What do you guys have on these ideas? What do you think? Hit me in the comments, man. Let's put our heads together.